Hi, we want to welcome to the School Transportation Nation podcast stage. This is a big one, folks. Glenna Wright-Gallo. She is the former Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Department of Education, heading up the Office of Special Education and Rehabilitation Services. Glenna, been trying to get you on the podcast or at our conference for a while. Finally succeeded. Thanks so much for joining us today. I always like to start our podcast with letting our nation know a little bit more about you. So tell the nation, aside from your title there and the prestige that comes with that, who is Glenna Wright-Gallo?
Oh my goodness. So we're going to jump right into it. You're not going to start with a softball question. I think I always want to start with I'm an educator, and I was a special educator and went into that field because I always knew I was going to be an educator and I wanted to make sure that I helped children learn. Part of that journey was that I myself have a disability. And so I wasn't identified until late in my education career. I was one of those students who, made progress and got passed from grade to grade, excelled in academics, but ultimately was identified as having a speech language impairment, which you're probably going to hear come out in this podcast. And not until my 30s identified as having a significant hearing impairment. And so I use a variety of technology and have, as it's been developed, in order to cope. AI captions, transcriptions, all sorts of resources like that. And really appreciate the opportunity for podcast and edits as I trip over some words that isn't always available when I'm speaking publicly. And it's something that I continue to work on. After becoming an educator, I went to work for the state of Utah and actually became the state director of special ed in Utah for 7 years, and then the assistant superintendent of special education for the state of Washington prior to my nomination by President Biden for assistant secretary and subsequent Senate confirmation.